Well, here we go. I was using my, What are you doing?
Miss Maya Fey, what on earth are you doing?
It's Mia. For the love of God, it's Mia. I'm just saving the fucking game. Oh my God, I can't believe she did that to me. I didn't do anything to you. She save stated. Okay. I was using my camera to take some pictures. Did you say wildflowers? Yes, the mountain's famous for its beautiful spring wildflowers. But it's only February. Well, I couldn't wait for spring to come.
Oh, I know just how you feel. It's just like when I first started growing this glorious beard of mine. I just couldn't wait, so I wore a dyed blonde Santa beard until mine grew in properly.
Would you mind if we got back to the facts of the case, Your Honor? Then I noticed there were two people standing on.
Oh, really?
Was there anything strange about the two of them? I'm a bad girl. I know I am. I looked like they were having a really serious conversation up there. So I decided to watch them, like some kind of peeping Tom.
No, not at all. Everyone is like that. I love watching other people fight too. In fact, I can't get enough of it. Actually, that's why I took this job in the first place.
Too much info, Your Honor.
In any case, it's perfectly natural for you to have kept watching them. Especially just as they were. Seriously.
Well, anyway, I was watching them very closely. Suddenly, they just started fighting. Better not press that one. That's when I hurried and took the photo that showed the crucial moment. Why'd you take a photo? Well, the two of them were really going at it. Ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted to be a news reporter. I guess that part of me still just kind of took over. Smells like a lie to me.
Yes, I understand completely. Even now, I can't completely abandon my boyhood dreams. I still use my grandson to test my comedy routines on.
So, he wanted to be a comedian, huh? Not that it has any bearing on this. All I could do was use my camera. So I took the photo of the crucial moment and gave it to the police. And right after that, I called the police.
Did you now?
You called the police? Yeah, because it looked to me like the murderer was going to escape.
We were already moving before the call even came in. Thanks to the victim's note, we already started our operation. That was certainly tough luck for the criminal, eh?
If Terry Foss isn't the criminal, then there must be something strange in that girl's testimony.
Be careful, kid. That girl has the judge wrapped right around her little finger. You're going to have a tough time poking holes in that testimony of hers.
You're going to have to come up with something really good, Mia.
Alright, something really good. Gotcha. Well, time to press it.
Do you have any idea why they were fighting about? No, I have no idea. Why do you ask that?
Oh, I just thought that maybe you overheard what they said. See, I knew it!
I would never eavesdrop. I've got more class than that.
That's right, Miss Fay. Don't drag the witness down to your level. Oh.
Okay, well at least we didn't get penalized. Penisalized. Suddenly they started fighting. That's why I hurried and took the photo of that crucial moment. Wait, what? Suddenly they started fighting. That's why I hurried and took the photo of that crucial moment. They're not fighting, are they? No, not that one. Yeah, bullshit they're fighting. They're sitting like perfect T-pose. This isn't prop hunt. This is fucking a battle. Yeah, bullshit. Witness, when you said you took a photo of the crucial moment, is this what you meant? All I can see in this photo are two people facing each other. You testify that you saw the two of them starting to fight. Normally, that's the kind of thing we'd refer to as a crucial moment. Why haven't you presented a photo like that? Ooh, you better watch out, girl. I'm gonna kill you with the silly to killer theme. Well, you see... The photo we presented was the only one there was. But if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment, then what happened next? You must have taken a photo of it.
Don't... My apologies, young lady. But Miss Faye's assertion is not without a certain amount of merit.
He can certainly downplay a situation, can't he? I'm sorry. I'm a very bad girl. I used it all up. The film, I mean.
You ran out of film?
The photo was the last one. What?
Unfortunately, that's the truth. I personally examined all the photographs she took that day. All the other photos are of the witness herself, playing among the wildflowers.
The witness herself? Then who took the photos? Well, see, my camera has a timer feature built into it. So you took photos of yourself?
I remember taking some photos of myself once too. Some very saucy photos. Though, don't look at me that way. My phone ran out of batteries and the lights went out, you know, power outage. What else are you gonna look at? Don't look at me that way!
Please.
No details. It seems that Miss Faye's assertion was not so decisive after all.
Wait, just a minute!
Well, if she had no film left, she couldn't have very well taken any more pictures, huh? Miss Foster? Perhaps then you could tell us about a different sort of photo. Photos of the incident that you took with your very own eyes.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're quite the poet.
Very well then, let's get back to the cross-examination. Let's hear your thoughts on the fight that you witnessed.
Yes, Mr. Aji.
Boy, this guy is really a sucker for sweet talk. Huh. Looks like the other kitten in the room is the one that's getting all the attention. Yeah, it's sickening.
I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers.
Alright. Let's hear it.
Did you say wildflowers? Wait a minute. Oh, wait, shit. Did they just reset me to the same place? Did I get anything from that? The victim... Oh, wait, she added that. Suddenly, they just started fighting. The victim turned around and tried to run away. Hold up. The victim... why do you think she tried to run away? With her police training, she certainly knew better than to turn her back on a criminal.
This was a large, powerful man with a knife. If I had been a quaggy woman like you, I'm sure she would have acted differently. Oh, if it had been a quaggy woman like you, I'm sure... Oh, ooh. Oh, excuse me. Quaggy? What are you... If it had been me, I probably would have jumped into the river. There's still something wrong with this testimony.
She only got about 10 yards before she was stabbed in the back.
But 10 yards? 10 yards? My ass, she got 10 yards. Yeah, nope. I'm calling bullshit there immediately. Do I even have to... Oh, well, let's see her.
So you're saying Sergeant Hawthorne wasn't able to get away from him? Well, it's a narrow bridge and it was swaying back and forth. If you ask me, both of them were in danger of falling off. I only wish I could have done something to help her.
That seems to make sense.
I wonder about that. Something seems kind of off.
You have a good sixth sense. When you feel that something's off, that's when you need to figure out why.
If Terry Fowles isn't the criminal, then there must be something strange in that girl's testimony.
Alright, it's definitely that. There's no way. I'm calling horseshit.
Witness, your testimony is a joke. Well, that's a little bit harsh, but yes, tell her.
Dolly's a bitch.
Huh? What? But I just...
Miss Faye, I thought I warned you not to make the witness cry.
One short testimony and two bad contradictions. There's no possible excuse.
You say there were two contradictions?
It's simple. Just take a look at the diagram of the area. According to her testimony, the two of them were in the middle of the bridge. But if they were, and the victim had turned around and tried to run, well then...
She would have hit a dead end.
You said 10 yards, but she couldn't have even ran 5. Because Dusky Bridge has collapsed on that side. There you go.
What does all this mean?
It means that you should fix the fucking bridge, Your Honor. But first, this charming little witness told a charming little lie. That's all there is to it.
This beautiful young lady has been lying to the court.
Just a moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth? Your Honor, allow me to personally apologize for the confusion.
What do you mean?
There's one major mistake in this diagram. What did you say?
What are you referring to?
It's all because this diagram was made after the incident occurred. It's a very old bridge. We couldn't find any official blueprints of it.
So you're saying...
I'm saying that even though this bridge is currently in disrepair, there's no evidence that can prove that the bridge was broken during the incident. That's ridiculous! You can't actually tell the condition of the bridge from this photo. I apologize to the court for not being more clear when I presented the evidence.
So you're telling me we can literally just go examine the bridge right now?
That guy's good. Huh? What do you mean? He planned it right from the beginning. He's a genius, alright. That diagram of the bridge was his insurance policy. What? That coward!
Well, Miss Fay, it seems you've once again made a reckless accusation.
I'm so sorry. I should have been more careful myself.
No! It wasn't your fault at all!
Now then, shall we go on with the trial? I'd like to establish, once and for all, what it was that the witness actually saw.
Indeed. All right, young lady. May I ask you to please proceed with your testimony once again?
But it's so hard to go on.
We're all on your side, Miss Foster.
There's no need to worry. Just tell us what you saw. Look into my blue eyes and tell me. Yes, sir. I don't think he has blue eyes. I think he actually has, like, gray hazel, brownish. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Oh. Then he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way you can make sure the body stayed hidden. He did a really bad job of it, but anyway. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw.
Witnessing such violence must have been difficult.
Yes, sir. I'm still shaken up. If he accepts his testimony as is, we're finished. Don't say that! Oh well. Maybe I'll stop off at my favorite cafe on the way home. They make a really great mocha latte. His trial isn't over yet! That's what I like to hear, darling.
All right, Miss Fay, your cross-examination, if you please, and make it choppy. Ross needs to get ready for work in about an hour.
This contradiction's staring you right in the face, Mia. Go on to attack. Go on the attack. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up by her... Oh, we're doing this again, aren't we? Yes, we tend to do this a lot. Don't worry about my kitten, darling. This is just how she plays the game. Shut up! This is also how Phoenix plays the game. Hey! I'm not even supposed to be here yet! Ooh, that girl's really hot. Don't fall for her, Phoenix! Alright. We stabbed her in the back, you quickly picked her up in the arms. Okay. Are you saying that the victim didn't fall down on the bridge? Actually, maybe she did fall... Of course she didn't fall down on the bridge. If she had fallen down, this photo wouldn't make any sense. If that were the case, her coat would have been all muddy. If you don't mind, I was asking the witness. No need to be so rude.
Well, young lady.
Of course she didn't fall down. The man in the prison uniform grabbed her before she could.
What does that change? Huh. We're one step too slow. And then, what did the defendant do after that? Carried her over to the car. Okay. You personally witnessed that?
Yes.
Did anything strange happen when he did that?
Well, I don't know if you call it strange or not, but that's when the victim's scarf fell off.
You mean this scarf? Her words match what we found at the scene. I don't see any problems.
I suppose that's the only way you can make sure the body stayed hidden.
You mean the defendant carried the body all by himself?
Yeah.
Considering the size of the defendant, I don't think it would be difficult. Yeah, but let's remember they were on the narrow bridge that was ready to collapse. Is it even possible for him to carry a dead body on the bridge like that? Well, the fact of the matter is that he did. That kind of talk is just silly. Wow. Why did he get so emotional all of a sudden? Oh, is that a reference to the DL6 incident? Yeah, I think it is. Miss Faye, if you think there's some other possibility, please share it with the rest of us. Okay. That might be a reference to DL6.
You couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge.
Oh, really? Why do you say that? It's already a broken down bridge hidden away in the mountains. Doing anything more to hide the corpse would be going overboard, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but the mountain's famous among hikers. A surprising number of people go up there.
But it's February, right? And it's raining that day, correct?
There's also a small temple and a channeling dojo there.
Oh.
You know those monks. They just love cold, isolated places.
I think the witness is trying to say that the corpse could have been found at any time. Besides, the witness is merely reporting what she witnessed with her own eyes.
I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw.
Oh, really? And you're absolutely certain that it was my client who was carrying the body?
Well, he was wearing a prisoner's uniform, but as for his face...
So you're saying you didn't get a clear look at his face?
Well, they were far away and it was raining as well. I thought I was only supposed to say exactly what I saw.
Excellent! You're a remarkably honest woman. Something about this testimony is bothering me, but what? Hey, kitten. Have you ever put salt in your coffee? No, why would I? Why not? Huh? It may actually go better with coffee than sugar, right? Listen, my point is, if you're not sure, you might as well add a ton of salt to it. It might bring out the rust in something. Like a piece of evidence. He's right, Mia. Could present something. Got nothing to lose. Except points. By the way, I wouldn't put salt in my coffee. It don't go well, after all. Okay. Okay, what do we have here? Well, we got the picture right there. Okay. He stabbed her in the back. He quickly picked her up in his arms. And that's when the scarf fell off. What else do we have? If he picked her up in his arms, I guess he'd have blood in his hands, but that's not super important right now. In theory. Odd. Such bullshit. It's clearly not. Hey, wait a minute, I just noticed something. She's 19. I think Phoenix is the same age as Edgeworth, so he actually had a younger girlfriend. Huh. Yeah, I think they mentioned that. Okay. What to do, what to do, what to do. I mean, she could have been right there. Had the picture right there. Okay, that all adds up. That all adds up. carried her back to the car, dropped her off, and then plunked in. Wait a minute. But there's this wall here, so she wouldn't have been able to see him drop her in the car. Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna present this, because that sounds bullshit. She wouldn't have been able to see him go to the car. Okay, maybe not.
This evidence establishes the defendant is lying, right?
Don't ask me to confirm your facts.
Sorry, this is my first time. Go easy on me. It's only my first time. I trust you. Anyway. Couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Did I press this one already? I don't think so. Why do you say that? It's already a broken... Oh, wait, no, I already did this one. Okay. Well, I guess she could see the car. I don't know. Looking at this bridge, like, there's clearly a ledge here. I don't even know how the fuck she got over here from there. Guess she just, like, climbed over. I don't know. A little bit weird. What else can I do? Well, the scarf is found on Dusky Bridge. We don't have much to go on. Seems like part of this is just giving us very few things to work with and finding very select contradictions. Keep pressing more salt, I guess? I don't know. Are you saying that the victim didn't fall? After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. So then she wouldn't have fallen. Okay. Carried her over to the car. Okay. Supposed to be the only way to make sure the body stayed hidden. Alrighty. What else do we have here? I don't know, actually. I'm a little bit lost here. Well, now if we factor in the fact that he has the ball and chain, that's a little bit more difficult, because he wouldn't be able to quickly pick her up, because he's already carrying this heavy weight. Well, I don't know. They said it would be very easy for him to do that. I mean, he drove here, so... in theory. Very odd. Very odd here. Oh, maybe he's getting emotional because that was weird. Try it. No, guess not. I mean, the fact that he has the ball and chain on is a little bit weird. But I don't know. Guess that's not it. We definitely have a lot of bullshit here. What else do we have here? I wish I could tell if he had the ball and chain on him, but I don't know. I assume he did or didn't. I don't fucking know. I think there's some other possibility. What other possibility is there? Let's think about it that way. How else could he have possibly carried the body over? I'm gonna reset, just to make sure I get my health back, as usual. I feel like it's staring me in the face. She died from blood loss, which means she died pretty fast. And if he picked her up, then that means there wouldn't be a... Would there be a blood trail? Did they see a blood trail? Well, it was raining, so that probably washed away the blood. I don't know. Ross, make sure to edit this shit out. God damn. Okay, guys, don't worry. I figured it out. So, after presenting a lot of bullshit, something did come up to me, and it sort of made sense when I thought about it. So it's this line right here. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. Technically, I did mention the fact that he could have pushed her into the river, and that would have been more sensical since that was mentioned earlier. But I also thought that, I don't know. There really was almost no reason for him to even hide the body in the first place. But at the same time, if you look at the bridge, it makes more sense that at this point you just push her off. A killer not wanting his victim to be found. I can understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. There was a much easier way to make sure the body wasn't found.
Well, what is it?
Take another look at the map of the area and you'll see how. There's a river right below the bridge. Earlier, Mr. Edgeworth pointed out something interesting about the river. I noted that fact.
For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most body... Yeah, I made fun of that line. I guess they made it like that so it's obvious, but still, I don't know. That makes sense. In that kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found. If 10 murders were to occur at that same spot above Eagle River, you can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body in the water. Order, order, order. I'm not sure if I care for the way you put that, Miss Faye, but I must admit that it does seem odd to not throw the body in the river. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? How sad. Perhaps Miss Faye would do well to try taking a dip in the river herself. After all, you claim to be such an expert in the ways of nature. What are you talking about? My point is, no matter how odd you find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is that this is what the killer did. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw. Quite true. Miss Faye, it seems that your assertion is without merit after all. Again? But what the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous. Surely you can't deny that the body was found in the trunk of the car. That's certainly consistent without the witness having told us. Please, witness, go on with your testimony.
I'll try. Again, I hope Ross tries hard too.
All you have to do is tell us what you saw. Otherwise, the mean lady might yell at you again. Who is he talking about?
Alright, I'll do my best.
Please do your best. After he stabbed her in the back. Oh, we're doing this again, so it's gonna redo the, okay. Gotcha. We got this. Okay, that last one was a little bit shaky. I should have thought about that earlier. I had thought about it, but I didn't really say anything about it. So, for realsies this time, let's go. Give me that new information. Okay. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body there. This one sounds bullshit to me. What did the man do then?
Well, naturally, he got in the car and was about to flee. That's when I came to my senses. I said to myself, you have to call the police.
And so that was when you called the police? You're sure that you saw all that with your own eyes?
Yeah, I'm 100% certain.
Got her! Got her! Got her! See, this line earlier, he carried her over to the car. I guess this could be okay, because in the direction of the car. This one, where she literally saying he broke into the car and hid the body there, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. Well, Miss Foster, it looks like you've done it this time.
Done what?
Made a crucial mistake. A crucial mistake? Like what, Miss Faye? Like what Ross just did the past 15 minutes ago.
The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there.
You're saying you saw that, right? With your very own eyes?
Yeah, and?
It's simple, Miss Foster. Take a look at the diagram. The place you claim to have taken the photo from that day is here. Do you see what I mean? Even if you tried to see the car. This outcropping of rock is directly in the way. That's right, Miss Foster. From where you were standing, you could have not possibly seen the killer's car. I admit that the diagram shows a large outcropping of rock. However, it isn't so tall that it would stop her from seeing the car.
Yeah, that's right. It's not high at all. I was able to see his car just fine.
I'm so sorry, but that just doesn't wash. I believe it was the witness who presented this as evidence to the court, yes? This is the location that the photo was taken from. Your own photo tells the whole story. As you can see, you can clearly see the left side of the bridge, but the outcropping that is being referred to as really more like a cliff. You should have been completely cut off by this cliff, unless you were doing pull-ups.
But still you claim to have been able to see the killer's car. No! With your twig arms, you couldn't have been doing pull-ups. I do at least 50 a day, with my massive jug handles.
Order in the court. What is the meaning of all this ballyhoo?
Your Honor, don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled in a stolen car was reported on the news. After witnessing the murder, I'm sure you can appreciate that the witness was very upset. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it. Oh, really? But she was repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to testify only what she saw with her own eyes.
Oh.
Mr. Judge?
What is it?
I think I must have remembered something's wrong. Hold your bullshit. Hey, wait a minute. You can't just say that. Miss Faye, no one on the face of the planet is perfect.
Yes, indeed. Quite true. You know what they say. To err is human. To forgive, divine. I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here, despite the fact that she's made 4 fucking contradictions in the past half an hour.
What? That's not Save the tears for later, kitten. Mr. Armando! Don't look back until the trial's over. Now's the time to go forward. But that wasn't fair! Okay, kitten, you need to relax. Then you need to remember the other kitten's testimony. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hit the body in there. So tell us, how did you know that? How did you know that he broke into the trunk? Aha! Until you can explain how you knew that. You're going to have to use a lot of suspicious people on this. Wait, you're going to have a lot of very suspicious people on the side of the courtroom.
Well, witness.
I'm certain that he broke into the trunk because there were marks left on the trunk lid. I'm certain there were scratch marks from where he broke into it.
What? Let me see that photo. It's true. There certainly look like scratch marks around the keyhole. It's obvious that this trunk has been broken open. Well, Miss Faye, are you satisfied?
The judge is on her side. Can't make any mistakes here. What you just said, is there a contradiction in somewhere? I'll buy it. I don't think it works. But if I say it's wrong, I'll have to prove it. Poo-poo. Well, let's give it a try. Ain't nothing like it. Don't work. Mr. Foster, it looks like you finally betrayed yourself. What? You said you were in a field testing, taking photos of wildflowers. But even so, you knew about the scratches. The question is when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? Finally. I finally got her. I'm getting pretty tired of you waiting over here. Perhaps it would be faster if Miss Faye explained herself. Your Honor, there's only one possible explanation. The reason the witness had seen the scratches was... she's the owner of the car. She couldn't have put the corpse in herself. Because the stolen car actually belonged to her. That is why she knew about the scratches.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth.
Frankly, Your Honor, after hearing a pathetic response like that, I have to question whether or not such a pathetic lawyer should even exist.
Did you hear that, Miss Fay? I believe Mr. Edgeworth just called you a knucklehead. Yeesh, that doesn't overdoing it a little bit. Okay, well, we fucked up. Come on, Mia, one more time. You can do it. Your Honor. Let's try that again. Are we really gonna throw her under like that? Holy shit. Like, she couldn't have lifted the body. Could she have? That's pretty... I know she's the bitch that we have to be fighting here, but... She happened to be passing by. Yeah, no, we're going with this. There's only one way that the witness had the chance to see those scratches. Yes, what was it? Naturally, when she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself. The person who really hid the body in the trunk of that car was... Melissa Foster. It was you who did it, wasn't it?
That's ridiculous. I could never. It was the man in the prison garb. He's the one that...
I don't think so, Miss Foster. If Mr. Foz had really been the one that put the corpse in the trunk, he would have simply used the car key. There was no need to break it open.
But he stole the car!
He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light, which means that the key would have been still in the ignition.
Oh, I see.
Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we never would have uncovered the truth. It couldn't have been Miss Foz that put the body in the trunk, Mr. Foz.
No!
Preposterous! To even suggest that the witness put the body in there. If that were true, then how do you explain the photo that she took? The corpse could have only been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. And we already know that at the time, she was taking photographs. Now's your chance, Mia. Finish this thing. On the contrary, I'm not so certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no need to think too deeply about it. What I'm saying is the shutter for this may not have been pushed by Mr. Foster and Miss Foster herself. Ah, yes. I don't think you can make a mistake about it. Take a look at her camera. It has a timer built into it, even a mini tripod. Almost as if the camera was brought just to take this picture. What are you trying to say then, Miss Fay? That when the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed? Well, if she really did use the camera's auto timer, then the answer is yes. She was somewhere else. Exactly. She was not in the field. Would the defense please explain further? Listen, this is a crucial point. Where was Mrs. Foster when the incident occurred? Answering that question will also make clear what Mrs. Foster's true identity. Well then, please answer this question. Where was Melissa Foster when the incident on the bridge occurred? Well, she couldn't have been over here, so over here, I guess. Behind them. Somewhere behind them. Naturally, the witness was standing right here. Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Before pointing out where the witness was standing, Miss Fay should do something herself. She should figure out where she stands, if you catch my drift. Okay, that one wasn't even good. Oh, don't worry. The drift was certainly caught. Yes, failure is an excellent opportunity for growth. Now try better next time. Oh, shut up. Ah, yes. Thank you. Allow me to save, because I get the feeling this one's going to be a little bit bullshit. I guess over towards the car. Just a little bit closer. Naturally, the witness was standing right here. I guess not. When the incident occurred, then she would have been in the shutter. So I don't want to make that the case. I want it to be somewhere where she wouldn't be in shutter frame. Well then, would she be on the other side of the bridge? If she was over here, then she would have been snapped, and I guess she would have seen the scratches in the trunk that she calls. That wouldn't even make any sense. That'd be nonsense. Up here? Oh yeah, I'm gonna say she turned on the camera for the timer and went all the way over here. Yeah, good fucking luck there, kid. Up there, maybe? Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm gonna be really fucking pissed if it's on the opposite side of the bridge. There's no camera that I know of that has that long of a timer. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh! She might have been in the car. Naturally, the witness was right here, I think. In the spot where the defendant's car was. Yes, she had to put the body in the trunk before the defendant returned. You don't mind if I ask one teeny-weeny question, do you, Miss Faye? Oh, he's got that condescending tone in his voice. If she put the body in the trunk at that time, as you suggest, that must mean that Valerie Hawthorne was already dead at that point, correct? Indeed. Please take a look at the top of Dusky Bridge. It certainly looks to me as if the victim is still alive. Am I mistaken? If Valerie Hawthorne was already dead, then who is this? The mountain is famous for spirits, so maybe you think it was the ghost of the victim. Well, it could have been a spirit. Right? Miss Faye, don't waste the court's time with this kind of foolishness. Oh, jeez, he cook a lot more off that usual. Anyway, I still maintain that the witness was in a different place at the time. Are you certain? Yes, I am certain. More or less. Oh, come on now, Miss Faye. Well, then please answer the question. Okay, let's make it for real this time. Okay, let's give that a try. There. Naturally, the witness is right here. But that's where the victim, Miss Hawthorne, was standing. I knew it, except I didn't. It took me a couple seconds, but I thought of it. Order, order, order. Miss Faye, what on earth? Your Honor, if I may. After parting with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. But this would mean that there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it could only have been before the defendant met the victim. Oh shit, now it makes sense. Now I get it, now I get it. How asinine. Of course Miss Fowles met with the victim. The only Mr. Fowles met with the victim. The only person who had the opportunity to put the victim in the trunk is the same man that killed her, Terry Fowles. You still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the witness's photo was taken, the victim was already dead. The person in the photo was not Valerie Hawthorne. What? I've never heard anything more ridiculous in my entire life. Then who exactly is the victim in the photo? It's obvious, isn't it? It's your own witness. What? It's the only possible explanation. The woman that Miss Falls met on the day of the bridge, that day is not Valerie Hawthorne. It was you, Melissa Foster. Me? Let's remember that it was rainy and foggy on the day of the mountain. That day, bet. Mr. Falls himself believed that the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne. But the defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After that, she was the woman whose testimony helped him get convicted. Oh, really? But since then, my client has spent 500 years in the federal penitentiary. He couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore. You were just making this up as you go along. Where's your proof? I've got it right here. The piece of evidence that will blow this case wide open. At the time of the incident, Miss Fowles had forgotten what Valerie Hawthorne looked like. It's the note. Mr. Falls had forgotten the victim's face. That's why he needed some piece of identification. Namely, this muddy scarf.
It was Mr. Falls who requested that she wear this scarf to identify herself. That's already been proven by the note the victim left. In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf like he asked, anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne. Well, what do you have to say to that, Melissa Foster?
No!
Where's Miss Foster?
She's collecting herself in the lobby. It's obvious that Melissa Foster did it. She hid the body in the trunk and disguised herself as the victim. She set up the camera to snap a fake photo of them together.
The only question is, why did she do it?
Well, isn't that obvious? She's the true criminal.
Huh. Well, we'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we start again. Until then, this court is in recess. The defense and the prosecution are instructed to wait in the lobby.
Yes, Your Honor.
Understood. Very well. The court is in recess. Thank God. Well, hit or miss it was. A couple parts were easy, a couple parts were really hard. At least I get my save point. Yep, and I better be getting ready for work. When we come back next time for more Phoenix Wright, we're going to see where this case goes from here. I'm getting the feeling this is going to be a short case, and then we're going to get to a trial 5 in which we get into more who Gatto is and stuff like that. Who knows? Something along those lines. See you guys for that next time. Have a good one, y'all. Looks like we gotta talk with Mr. Fowles here. No, it's Miss Fowl. No, it's Mr. Falls. You making a safe state? Yeah, you better believe I'm making a safe state, buddy.